everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Eddie, aka Edward. And today we're going to be doing the spoiler tag. So I filmed this video once already, and that was like a week or two ago. And I lost all the footage for it, and I have no idea what happened to it. And so here we are again. I was tagged in this almost 2 months ago by a couple books, so I'm kind of late, but it's all right. So we're just gonna hop right into it. I don't even remember what my answers were, so we're just gonna wing it, and it's fine. So the first question is, what do you consider a spoiler? And for me, pretty much anything that ruins or spoils like a plot twist, the ending, well, not necessarily the ending. Typically something that spoils like a big surprise. I don't mind knowing how the ending turns out, and so it usually just has to do with like plot twists. Pretty much anything that just gives away major plot points. Okay. Does the genre you're reading impact what you consider to be a spoiler? Absolutely. So for one specific genre that would definitely like I wouldn't want spoilers for and could definitely give it away, and what I would consider spoilers is like a thriller or a mystery. Those are ones that I tend to want absolutely no information on, and like I don't want to be spoiled, because that's the point of a thriller or like a mystery. You don't know what's going to happen. And so if someone tells you certain things, it's like even little things can be spoilers in that. So definitely for sure, thrillers and mysteries. All the best bits are in the trailer. Sometimes the synopsis can be too detailed. Do you research books prior to reading them, or do you prefer to know nothing about the book? I don't really research anything. I don't mind knowing a little bit about the story, however, especially in like fantasy books, and which is typically what I like to read. I'll typically go into it without knowing anything, but I will quickly probably start researching some things just to understand a little bit, especially in like completely different worlds, in like big world building series and stuff. I want to understand what I'm reading. I typically go into books without really even reading the synopsis. Sometimes if I want to know a little bit more about it, I will, but I will typically just dive right into a book. And then once I start to get confused, I will either read the synopsis or do some research. So that's my answer for that one. But again, I also just don't mind spoilers. I kind of like knowing what's going to happen, because then I can piece my way up to it as I'm reading the story. So it's not really a huge deal to me. Sometimes the introduction or translator's notes can spoil the ending, especially for classics. Has this ever happened to you? No. I don't really read like author's notes or introductory stuff like that. And so I can't say that I've spoiled myself that way. And typically if like a book has a Q&A with the author, I'll read that at the end. And so I don't know. I don't think I've ever spoiled myself that way. And with classics, I think like I don't read a whole lot of classics. I don't really care about them. But when I do read them, I'm reading them because I know what they're about. And a lot of the times with classics, if it's really old, like Jane Austen, I prefer to watch the movie first so I understand the plot, because sometimes the writing is just a little too old school for me, and I have a hard time comprehending what's happening. And so I already know what's happening. I'm reading the classic because it's a classic, not because it's a book I just want to go into completely blind, you know? Name a time somebody spoiled a novel for you. I don't think anyone's ever spoiled any novels for me. Also, I'm kind of the only person that reads in like my friend group. I don't have a whole lot of friends who like to read. I have a couple. And I have like one sister who likes to read. She reads more than I do. I have actually a few of my sisters like to read, but not quite as much as me and my other sister. And my other sister and I don't read a lot of the same books. So The only time someone's ever really spoiled anything for me, and it's probably it would be my own fault, is if I have watched someone's video of like a review or a reading vlog that contains spoilers, but I'm like, I'm never gonna read that, and then eventually like I pick the book up. So it's the only time. Have you ever ruined, or have you ever spoiled a novel for someone else? I don't think so. At least not intentionally. The only thing I can really think of is if someone does like what I just said, where they're watching a reading vlog of mine or a review that has spoilers, because that's really the only time I talk about books. But I don't think I've ever really ruined a novel. However, I have ruined kind of a little plot twist in New Girl for my husband on accident. Before I say what I'm going to say, if you haven't watched season 6 of New Girl, I would fast forward a little bit. So in season 6, we learned that Schmidt's name is Winston, and that is kind of a plot point. And my husband had watched up to like season 5, part of it. I had seen all 7 seasons already, and when we got married, we decided we wanted to like rewatch them and go through it and finish the whole series. So we were watching it, and I was like, have you learned that? I was like, I don't know. I said something about how Schmidt's name is Winston. He's like, what? I was like, crap. And I totally ruined that for him, and I felt bad. But that's the only thing I think I've really ever spoiled. I hope. If spoilers ruin novels, are there some authors or genres you can't reread? Okay, so to me personally, spoilers don't ruin novels. For me, it's just a way to work up to whatever that spoiler is, so it's not that big of an issue for me. However, I typically don't reread like thrillers or mysteries. That's kind of a one and done for me. So I don't typically buy a lot of them either, because I read them once. So I'll typically just borrow those from the library. Fantasy, I can reread all day long. It's nothing to me. Okay. No, buddy, don't do that. This little guy likes to bite everything. Okay. When reviewing, are you spoiler free? Does this limit your ability to discuss? When I review, I try to be. I don't do a lot of reviews. I'm gonna try, I think, to do a little more. But I don't do a whole lot of reviews, and when I do them, I try to stay as spoiler free as possible. However, when I do the reading vlogs, that's typically when I get to be spoilery. So I'll typically put in the title or the description that there are going to be spoilers, but no, don't chew on that. Chew on this, hey. Because I don't want people to be upset by like watching it or whatever. So that is the spoiler tag. I'm not a big I'm not against spoilers by any means. So sometimes I'll even spoil the ending for myself on accident because I'm looking at the last page because I want to know how many pages there are. Or my eyes just dart to the next page on accident because I see something and I want to know. I don't know. I just can't help it. I don't mind spoilers. They're kind of fun. If this seems like a fun tag that you would like to do, please do it, and comment and let me know that you've done it so I can go watch it, because I would love to. I like seeing what people think are spoilers, how they are. It's kind of nice, actually, to see what people's thoughts on spoilers are, just to get an idea on, okay, you are getting in trouble. Just to see how, like, other people view them, so then maybe I don't feel as bad with what I say, containing spoilers and all that jazz. So yeah, I would love to see you guys do this. But that's about all I've got for this show. Sorry, this was kind of a mess of a little video, but I needed to film one quickly so I could get one up this weekend. And that's it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!